Yes, team, happy Saturday. This is the first, isn't it? Recorded on a Saturday. Usually the vlog's done by Friday, but the property life continues today. Just been for a fresh little taper. Not even started the hair today, kept the cow flick on show. Listen, we're on our way to pick up Sam, Big Givnan, and then we're off to the property club event. Meet Kyle and that there. I think Kyle's coming. He'll decide on the day, he's that kind of guy. But yeah, property club event today, hosted by Jordan. Jordan's property club, really good group. If you're not already in it, then you definitely should be in it. The knowledge, the people, the environment, it's where you want to be. So yeah, just gonna go and grab Sam now, head over to there, and I'm gonna try and get a little bit of content while I'm there. So I will, I'll catch up with you all very, very soon. So, we're on.
That's the boys.
And girls, there's girls on here.
Sorry.
Right team, we're at the Lexington. Gonna fucking get some top tier content for you today. Hopefully he's not in it much because it's bad content, that, isn't it? Right,
Let's be honest, lad, they want to see me. Do you know what I mean? They don't want to see you. Let's get the camera on me, eh? So, what are we? Today.
Right, just tell them we're here.
I'm just going for a little dip there.
What? Yeah, that's the thingy store, isn't it?
Have you been there?
Nah, it's the thingy store, isn't it? Nah, I've never been. Yeah, you got it then. Look at this. I'm doing my weekly vlog.
This camera makes yours look like a chode.
I'll make you look like a chode when we get them out in a minute. That's the boys. Look at this view, team. Look at this fucking view. You okay? Just doing me vlog. You good, yeah? So this is just gonna fill up now. And then we've got a long day of just property. Nothing else. Scott there with Sam, Naya, Jay. Look at him, he's so skinny, isn't he? So it's going to be a good day too. We're going to learn, talk property, do some business, improve our knowledge. Can you ask for much better? Just waiting for the ads to get here now, kicked off. Yeah, it's going to be a good day for this view. Police road. Go. Right, peace out, team. Just got your 2 phones. Just doing headshots, team. Yeah, we sat down here. So this comes down as a projector, yeah, so some people will come in and just smash COD at the back and just put COD on.
That's much better, this phone. You're shaking.
Go on, you do it for him.
Swerve it, lad.
Because like, what you do is you
beat it.
put that down. Boom. See that?
Come on. Should we have a little pick or what? Hey, can you set up a timer, Scott, to take a pic, and we'll just have a little pic.
Why, are you used to looking at mirrors or something?
Who wants to be in this little pic here? Who wants to be in that chair?
Crop, flip. Is that better? That's what the mirror looks like.
Yeah, it's better like.
You're mental. That is mental.
What?
He likes to flip photos because that's what it looks like when he looks in the mirror. You don't have tattoos though, to be fair. I can't do that.
Why not?
Because
You don't know
the tattoo looks on the right arm out. If I do that.
What's that got to do anything?
You do look better in the mirror, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Girls, I'll take a quick pic.
Like the way we could.
They last a while, like, they do last a while. If it's fully charged, they'll last quite a while.
That's a real proper camera, that. It's a man's camera, look at that.
Everyone's able to show me, John.
Yeah, you got like big, medium, small.
This one.
Am I going to be in the vlog?
He just vlogs as well.
I'm going to be in everyone's vlog.
Go on, give some words to the camera. Give some inspiration.
Inspiration.
Yeah, I want to be like multi-millionaire, get lots of people advice. What is it?
Well, I'm not a multi-millionaire yet, so
I don't want to get there.
yeah, but I will be.
Right, everyone.
How's things?
Good, mate.
Yeah.
You're right in the camera there.
We don't, I can't afford a guy to do it. It's a shame.
Do you want me to do it? Use it. Nah, it's not, because I've been using it. Watch.
Yeah, that ain't
We've
work.
got no hot water, Dennis. There's no hot water.
No, there is. You just broke it. Did it work? Did you have a hot coffee?
I've got a coffee over there.
Warm? Is it warm?
No, it's bloody hot. It was steaming.
Were you the last one to have a half drink?
Say hello. You say hello to the vlog. You're so immature. You're so immature.
So, yeah, as I mentioned, I'm 26 years old now, just turned 26 this year. I'm an accountant, so I actually have a family accountancy firm, so we deal with taxes across the board. So no matter what you do or who you are, we can accommodate. And then more recently, I opened a property tax specialist firm, so we deal with property taxes, people that want to set up like JV structures, taxes, trusts, anything along those lines.
You know the one that you just completed on? Why did you bridge on the back end of that for the project?
Do you know what the thing was? I didn't want to, with that investor, I didn't want to mix money. And I wanted to get one payout to another pay in essence. So I could have bridged off the back of that, but then this one here, this is actually a cash purchase. So the structural problem I'm having, my planning guy, my structural guy, said you won't get a mortgage on it, but if you go and do the repairs, you'll then be alright. So what I thought was, let me bridge that one. But then obviously I'm only bridging it as a 6 bed, so if you go in as a 7 bed, obviously it's subject to planning. But I've said to them I'm going to go 6 bed with a PD, and I'm going to put it for 7 as soon as I'm, like basically ready to go for the 7. So I'm gonna spec that like a 7 bed. I'm going to build it like a 7 bed. If worse comes to worse, I'm going to end up with a massive room. That's going to be classed as a study. Do you know what I mean? So that's a bridge. That's cash. That's cash because I've got a structural problem. I can't be asked with it, to be honest. And if I move slow, I move safe. At this point, I think that's key because I see a lot of people, big bollocks, that end up spreading themselves too thin and fucking shit up. I've got too much to lose. So at the same time, as much as it's speed and obviously owning as much of the market as you can, it's also about being careful. Because at the end of the day, no one is actually going to come and save you as much, unless anyone's like got someone that really is going. But I know. So yeah, it's mitigating risk as well. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, if you guys have got mentors or communities, you've got to reach out. Obviously, I'll leave my Instagram at the end. If you guys feel like Ever Jordan, I don't know, isn't responding or is someone's not been able to help, you want to look up my way in area, like just message me. Do you know what I mean? Your network now, guys, is like key. That is like literally, that's just golden egg, literally. And then you have to obviously leverage investor finance, but when it's done right, it is a cheat code. But just make sure its deals are solid. So if you guys have people that can vet deals, I always get 2 opinions per deal, or sometimes 3 in fact. So depending on what it is. I'm new, I can't afford to really have any big problems, so always have a second opinion. So if you guys obviously follow each other and know, for example, you do a development, I'd be asking him just for the sake of his opinion. In fact, I'd probably ask him how you deal with it first, and then I'd probably say, yeah, because if it went really bad, I probably wouldn't, I'd probably swerve it and just go. So yeah, definitely ask each other, make sure you're 100% confident in what you're doing. Document Then have you lot got Instagram, TikTok?
Yeah.
Or who hasn't? Everyone's got it. The property one I'm talking about, not like personal, they haven't got a property page. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so for me, I put up my first TikTok, it got like stupid views, it was so much stupid. It was just like a carousel, I think it's called, isn't it? A carousel got like 750,000 views on something saying I changed my house, a 1930 house, that first one that I did, to this. And looking back at the development, even that was kind of poor, yeah, I would have changed that. But from there, TikTok started to go really well, it did alright. Social media then I started in January, more serious. I got my guys to start taking over, that was in January. So I've been on there for 5 months, and the amount of stuff and opportunity that I've got from there, like is you can't even compare it to anything else. I can go over around, it's like standing in town and that leaflet say we buy properties, we buy properties. Even if you're stood there for 6 hours, you might hand out 1,000, maybe 1,000. When you put up one post, on a reel, maybe I average 6,000-7,000 per reel, and that's every 3 days. So your marketing tool that you got there, the social media, like genuinely just think about handing out leaflets. Like unless you are doing hand out leaflets, you can hand mine out and see how many you hand out. But you really need to be capitalising on that and collaborating with other people, because property is a people's sport. Like I genuinely believe that with other people and other professionals in the industry, if you can collaborate, like after this, Jordan and my guy there, he was saying that he can sort, maybe we can sort something out together, and that might be 15 grand, we're saying, won't we? Really, in essence. So it's just that, like everyone will eat, and obviously now with the network growing and you guys obviously being involved as well, like there's so many opportunities. So you just got to really collaborate and remember it is a people game.
I'm recording now. Ready for like something? I don't know. So Scott, have you found it so far?
I've learned that I want a lot of money.
God, it's just like recording everyone. It's a bit creepy, yeah.
You love the camera. You're going to take all my followers.
Violent community guard.
Hey guys. Well, that's how I speak.
I decided I wanted to be an accountant in 2015. Didn't make it as an accountant. Decided then I wanted to be a mortgage broker and specialise in property. So in 2011, when I was doing lettings, I was dealing with a lot of landlords, and I get approached quite a lot for sourcing. And back then, people didn't really brand it as sourcing, it was a bit more property procurement. So I was trying to find mortgage brokers that understood buy-to-let property, so that then I had exits for my investors when we were packaging up deals. So then in 2016, I became a self-employed mortgage broker, and I bought my first investment property in 2017. I'm going to talk to you about that transaction because it was a no-money down transaction. I bought 2 HMOs without any cash down. By 2018, grew a portfolio to 1.8 million, 2020, 14 employees. I purchased a scaffolding company then in 2021, so now I'm into mergers and acquisitions. I do a bit of that now, looking to do more of it in the mortgage sector. Bonds, it's the most important part of a bridge. Short-term funding, so you need to exit. You've got 2 options. You can sell the property or you can refinance. So you've got buy, refurb, refinance, or you've got flips. So there are 2 key exits that you have from a bridge. There is a third one, but you wouldn't want it, and that's a rebridge. You don't want to be on bridging for more than 12 months really. So bridging lenders are non-status. With a mortgage, you'll probably notice if you've gone through that process, lenders are very interested about you. They want to know what you earn, they want to know your ID, your proof of address, all of it. I mean, bridging lenders will still want to do the know your client, NL checks, but they're not going to be so interested in your income. They're going to be most interested in can they exit this deal. So for example, if you're an individual, loads of adverse credit, you've got a real rough time of it, you've got a deposit, and you're looking to flip the property. A bridging lender would just be looking at that property. How much you're buying it for, how much you're going to spend, what's it going to be worth when it's done, is there demand on the open market then for this property when it's complete. So really it's that simple, and there's 2 ways you pay your bridging finance. One's monthly, just like a mortgage, we call that service. Bridging lender would then be more interested in your personal affordability. Can you afford to service the bridge? If not, let's say you don't have a job, you don't have much income, you don't have a portfolio to service the bridge, they might deduct their interest day 1. So to give you a quick example, if you're buying a property for 100 grand, 75% bridge, 75 grand, normally you'd get. Now if your bridge interest is say £1,000 a month, they're going to take 12 grand from that 75k. You're still borrowing 75k, right? But in your hand, you can get 12k less. You can take that up front. And of course, if you exit bridge early, then you only pay for what you use.
So bridge to me is when we source the property, you get that little bit of margin in the middle.
Yeah, of course.
So like, I think what Tony was referring to is like, so I think that overage term, obviously like mortgage terminology, but
Yeah.
like the way we've done overages before is like when we, say for example you approach a vendor and you agree a price with them for say £100,000, but you know that you can sell it for 120,
Yeah.
you basically make the difference in profits, and we just call that an overage.
Yeah, no, I'm talking the same thing, yeah.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so overage, that, you know, if you've got on a property transaction and it's attached to the deal, like a lender would see that. And of course, that would be...
So they want a percentage of that then?
Yes, whoever has lodged that covenant with the overage
But it
gets
has to be a
it.
covenant, and you're talking about covenants on the title side, this is going
Yes, so an overage is a covenant.
on overage.
Yeah, it's attached to the property. So whoever sells it...
Well, when we've done an overage before, there's a few different creative ways you can do it. Obviously, you can do it as like an agency agreement instead of an actual overage agreement and a covenant. So to get around that, but
Actually, never heard of it like that.
It's used a lot in agricultural because a lot of agricultural property, like landowners, own lots of land.
you've seen more in land, isn't it?
Yeah, it's seen a lot in land and development, underages and overages. I think I see underages a lot when people are negotiating deals and they don't want to pay so much for property and the seller's being greedy. And I see a lot of overages from generational wealth, from trusts that have sold properties on things. Okay, all good though? Yeah? Yeah. Okay, so drawdown fund, we've talked about minimum drawdowns, usually 25k. You've got JCT Ltd.co.uk there. And just remember that every time an asset manager or quantity surveyor comes out, they're going to bill you like 500 quid. So if you've got a 100 grand refurb, yeah, you can do it in 4 phases because the lender's minimum drawdown is 25k. But it would benefit you to have your main contractor say, okay, we'll do it 50k a go, because then you're having half the amount of asset manager visits, which also adds to the cost of borrowing. Okay, so drawdown facilities, you go JCT group lending, asset manager sign off, complete phase 1, sign off and payment, phase 2, complete exit. Okay, so just some additional info then on your debt funding. So up to your 75% of purchase and 100% of build, they will guideline that as a max loan up to 75% of the end value too, okay? So if 75% of the purchase price and 100% of build costs was going to be more than 75% of the end value, they would restrict your loan to 75% of the end value, okay? So that's stretched senior funding, usually a bit more in interest rate from 0.9 a month. You get mezzanine funding then up to 95% loan to cost. So with development funding, let's say for example you've done a deal, you've built it all out, and the costs have gone up, and you've run out of money, you might need a bit of mezz. They'll go up to 95% of whatever the land and all of the builds cost to do. Very expensive mezz, but it can get you out of repossession a lot of the time. There are equity funding lenders, but I don't recommend them, so we'll skip that. They'll lend you up to 100% of purchase of land and build, but they want 50% of profits once they've taken their interest, which is high as well.
Will you bridge to start trading? Have you bridged to start trading?
Can you bridge to start trading?
An auction?
Yeah, of course. Okay, so do we all have residential mortgages? Yeah? Well, residential mortgages are the cheapest money you can get, right? And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I get a lot of people come to me and they're like, yeah, I want $1 million on bridge. And then you get their information and then you look at, their assets and things. And then, I always see people who are taking out bridging and expensive commercial mortgages, expensive buy-to-let mortgages. They've all paid their house off and there's nothing owing on it, yeah?
What property and sales based and working on building sites like what?
Why most people fail in sales, and number one is relying solely on inbound leads. I've actually got caught up with that myself in the past, I'll be honest. When you pay a lot of money for inbound leads, because the quality of them are a lot better, a lot of the time you get kind of reliant on that, and then you don't do the daily tasks that you should be doing to actually bring in more and sometimes better leads as well. You get caught up doing non-sales activities, so like who here throughout the day just sometimes gets caught up in doing shit that they know they probably shouldn't actually be doing in that day, and then you fall into the trap of kind of thinking that you're not doing enough. And I fall victim of that all the time, every day. Sometimes you just, if you don't have a daily structure, you fall into like just doing randomest shit ever that you probably shouldn't be doing, like creating a brochure on Canva that you could be outsourcing to someone else. Intense like cold calling and objection handling, and all that kind of stuff. Really intense training on that. And we used to make like 300 calls a day, and our goal was to get 2 leads out of that 300. And the data that we used to buy in cost about 1p per lead. So you can imagine the people who you're speaking to have no idea who you are, what you do, and you're trying to sell them on a product, and that product was property at the time, in the off-plan space. So you've got to like really build the resilience up, and I think a lot of people fail to, like if you're, like I'm sure everyone here is trying to achieve a certain outcome with whatever they're doing at the moment. A lot of people don't do enough sales activities throughout the day to actually be able to achieve that.
Nice one.
Look, you got both of you with your little weird haircuts.
Anybody want a pastry before we go?
This is a burst.
Wrapping up the video. Come on, drop some knowledge. Someone drop some knowledge. Alright, Sam, it's on you. That's not even in the camera. Right, we're wrapping up the video. I'm going to say goodbye. The boys are going to say goodbye.
Wait there.
Scotty to Hottie.
Talk on the camera.
I need my own section.
Go on then. Hold the mic round.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Obviously, you've come for me. Not this muppet here. That nice little background there. People are looking at me through the camera.
You got no shy.
Right, she is on the next one. Ta-da.
What did you learn from today then? What was the one piece of thing that you learned from today? No,
I really don't like you.
Yeah, I know. I don't like the way. Is this still recording?
Yeah.
Just a heads up. See the way he talks on camera. It's not the way he talks in real life.
I
He's
know,
on this weird
absolutely.
fucking accent.
Yeah, start
Just
thinking he's the big man when he's not.
actually really fucking big on
Yeah,
camera.
so we take a little selfie. The team, so that is that day done. Property club event. I'm not sure whether that's going to be one video on its own, or I'll put it in the weekly vlog. Because if I put it in the weekly vlog, it's going to be a long vlog. So you'll see when it gets released. But listen, I'm going to sign this video out. Like, subscribe, peace, you know the drill, team. If you want more content like this, show some support, we can keep bringing it and we can make it better. But other than that, appreciate the love as always, and I'll catch up with you all now on Monday. But you're going to see this tomorrow, or maybe not tomorrow, depending on what I do with it. See you in a bit.